Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the open book. This is your host, Lakeisha. I hope everyone is having wonderful morning. It's a wonderful Wednesday morning. Okay, we are midweek hump day. Okay, I was like, I woke up a little early. And you know how you go back to sleep? Went back to sleep, which was a mistake because then you get sleepier when you do that. Okay, just stay awake. Just stay awake. But y'all, okay, we got to get into something this morning. Now, it had recently hit the airwaves, but a lot of people I don't think really knew last night. This came out kind of um, late in the evening. This information late in the evening on yesterday with Smokey Robinson. So before I start, let's see who we have here this morning. Hi, Pammy Pooh. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Good morning, V. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Hey, Tabby, girl. Okay, girl, I was shot. My mouth dropped. I told my husband, what in the entire world? Okay. Hi, Nook the Book. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Hey, Treasure Life. Thank you for joining. Okay, Tabby. I appreciate it. Good morning, Rebecca. Rebecca, thank you, sis, for hanging out with me. Rebecca, you show up, girl, and I appreciate it. You be almost on every live. I thank you, thank you, thank you. But okay, y'all. So yesterday, I was scrolling. Good morning, Miss White. Thank you for joining. I was on YouTube. You know how you hit the homepage, right? So I said, wait a second, whoa. I was looking for something at Law and Crime over Diddy, and ironically, Smokey Robinson's name popped up. Now, how old? Y'all let me know if y'all. I didn't look this part up. How old is Smokey Robinson? I just know he was around. He was around in my mama's days. Okay, he was around back then, and I came to know Smokey. You know, the Temptation movies and things of that sort. Hi, Robert. Welcome. Good morning. And so I remember watching that. Y'all know the recent Temptations movie, and kind of catching how Smokey he was a gifted singer, had his own group with the Miracles, I believe, and but he was also responsible for writing a lot of music and producing. Okay, now, Smokey has been performing even recently. I know a lot of people said Smokey needs to go on and retire based off of how he kind of sounded. Okay, but what I tuned into, okay, so Miss White said, Miss White, oh my gosh, oh my goodness, Smokey is over 80, y'all. He got to be over 80. Oh my goodness. So this makes this even worse. Okay. Well, y'all, Smokey Robinson has been charged in an actual, y'all know what I'm saying, assault case, okay, of $50 million. Now, this is between four women, four Hispanic women that used to work for him as maids and assistants, okay? Now, also, so before we get into that part, they stated that on this law and crime show that I was watching, y'all. They, oh my gosh, I love that channel. They stated that Smokey Robinson has been involved in these types of cases before, but has settled. Okay, those cases we never got a chance to hear about it because he has settled the cases. See, that's why I brought this up on Mr. CKB's channel one day about this settling. Like when people get to settle, it should be something that at least you know a case that they settled on. Like, you know, you may not know the details or whatever, but at least you know because some of these people are settling on cases and folks don't know. Okay, that could have went into the decision making of these people that chose to work for him and his wife. Because if you had known about that, so even when if you think about the singer Selena, okay, that lady had gotten into a previous Yolanda Saldivar had been into some previous trouble with other folks that she worked with, but they had settled and she moved on. That stuff was never documented where people could see that she had previous charges and they ended up hiring her, and then look what ended up happening. And so he alleged, well, no, this, I guess you can look that up, had some previous cases, but he settled. Okay. So it is being alleged that he has, and y'all hit the like button, let everyone know we are live. He had four maids. Now, one even started working for him as early as 2006. And some of the times crossed where some of them worked together at the same time, I should say. Okay. And y'all, sad to say, but I think his wife knew some of this stuff too. I'm going to be honest. Uh, knew what was going on. Okay. She probably knew about them settled cases, but I think she knew about some of this too. That's my opinion. Let me say this live is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is covered under the Fair Use Act. Information shared is alleged in our opinions as we react to various topics and people. Now, stated that these ladies were Hispanic and they worked for him as his maid. They really did not um, high plastic hairstyle, like Done Blessings, open book. I'm busy working, but still dropping to give a like. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And so their wages for one, they worked for, the wages were not just high. So that was one thing. Now they're also not just accusing of sexual assault, but also y'all a hostile work environment. Okay, now these ladies' stories have similar patterns. Okay, I don't think, or I don't know this part if they all knew what was happening at the same time, but similar patterns as far as he would drop his wife off. These are some examples of some things. He would drop his wife off to get her nails done or something. Hurry back home. The shower. Okay, he would take a lady into their bedroom. He would shower, and something about this towel that you would hear in the different stories that they all had. Put a towel on the bed. And from there were different instances of unprotected, you know what, um, using fingers. Y'all know y'all are grown. Um, and one lady even said that, you're married, and said that he ignored that, didn't even think about that. And then y'all, not only in the stories, and I'm gonna go back home when I get back home. I think I did share it. I shared it last night, as a matter of fact, on my community wall, because they get into details, y'all, different instances and things that happen. Now, uh, he is a bad guy. Okay, classic. I'm telling. Thank you, Miss White. Now, y'all. The reason I say that I think his wife kind of knows about this is where it comes into the hostile work environment. Robert said, I heard about Smokey Robinson being accused of sexual assault. Yes, that's what we're talking about. Well, his wife, they said, would holler at and talk mean to these women, okay, because they were the maids and things like that. And I think that she knew about it, especially if he settled some of these cases. You can't make me believe that she didn't know about those cases, okay? Like, where do you think he was going, where all that money was going? Now, all of a sudden, he's involved. Now she knows for sure $50 million lawsuit, okay, with these four, and they're called on the lawsuit Jane Doe's, okay, Jane Doe 1, Jane Doe 2, Jane Doe 3, and Jane Doe 4, okay. It's not looking good, y'all, for the simple fact that it's showing a pattern, and he's already settled before. And if you listen to those lady stories, the amount of details, it's not looking good. I know people are innocent until proven guilty, but this is crazy. And then to be over 80, sir, have a seat. You should have retired somewhere. Okay, I'm surprised. I don't know if I'm trying to keep this as PG-13 as possible. If you're using something or not. Okay, because I don't even know how you got time and the wherewithal to do this. Okay. Robert said if Smokey Robinson's wife used to talk mean to those housemates, he should have known that she was wrong for that. Right. But he didn't care. He probably did not care because look, he was getting what he wanted. Okay. He was getting what he wanted. And he has a beautiful wife. I'm just like, what in the world? Like, I would not have expected. I'm so serious, y'all. I never would have expected to see that title with involving Smokey Robinson's name. Okay, but like I've always said, I don't put anything past anyone. Right, Rebecca? Over 80, you got to be using something. Okay. Hi, Pearl. Welcome. She said, OB and Smokey, that old man is almost out of here. They wrong for that lawsuit. Now, they ain't wrong for that lawsuit if he doing what they said he did. I just can't believe he doing it. Okay. I just can't believe he doing it. It's crazy. Hold on, y'all, 1 second. Good morning, Smart Cookie. Welcome. Yes, so those of you who are just chiming in, Smokey Robinson has been charged, well, not charged, let me not use that word, accused of sexual assault in a $50 million lawsuit with four. Okay, have a good day. Oh, love you. Oh, girl. Good morning. Thank you, you too. $50 million lawsuit from four Jane Does. Yes, Smart Cookie. Okay, poor Smokey going down by the Latinas. Oh, okay. Hi, Christine. Thank you for that. She said he's 85. Lord, how in the world? Why we having this conversation and this man is 85? The Smokey, you need to go sit down somewhere. Yes. Okay, Pearl. Pearl. Now, now he halfway to glory. He innocent. Okay. Well, in some of the cases, though, they talked about him using fingers. So fingers, hey, those still work at any age. And I'm not laughing at the assault part. Lord knows I'm not laughing at that. It's just the shock factor of this man is 85 out here doing this foolishness. Okay. And you know that that's so y'all. And then not only are you doing it, sneaking and doing it, and then these people got to work for you, and then got to look at you and all of this, and then probably took advantage. Probably don't. Oh Lord, they probably don't, and I'm not talking against anybody, but probably don't speak minimal English. Don't know what and then the pay they said was low. It wasn't comparable, and all that money he got, he should have been paying those women good. Now they about to cash in on him and get get the money owed for their labor. Okay. Yes, Rebecca, he used a lot of something. Okay. Who Rebecca say, what about the fingernail? Lord. Smart Cookie say, why would they sit there allowing it? Smart Cookie, that was a smart question. I mean, eventually they resigned. One lady, it got up to 20 something times before she resigned. One lady, I believe they said it was 7 times before she resigned. But they also stated that because of the pay and things like that, y'all, is this a lot of this gonna have to just be proven in court and things. But said that they were afraid that if they left, they needed money to pay their bills and all of that. So I don't know. I it's one of those questions that I wonder too. Why not get out? And then it also can come. I guess it can be intimidating because of who he is. Who that would it's gonna be hard to just say, y'all, Smokey Robinson assaulted me, and here comes y'all already know this is gonna be big. Then you got all this. I mean, it's a lot that goes with that. But yeah, should have reported it. I get it. Pearl said it was a mistake. OB, he just his finger mistakenly did stuff it wasn't supposed to. This is a conspiracy, not a conspiracy. Oh my goodness. B said 50 million seems to be the going rate for loss. And if a Jane don't put names, yeah, that's the going rate, I guess. 50 million. He got it. Treasure Life said they couldn't fight his fragile. Oh my God, I'm not laughing at the assault. Right. We're not, none of us laughing at the assault. Hi, Kimberly, welcome. But it's just the age and the circumstances surrounding all of this. This is horrible. How is Smokey going down like this? I just would not have, I promise y'all, I would not have expected this. I wouldn't. Now, what Barry Gordy gonna say? What Ali, we got Diddy. Y'all, it's just too much in one time. We got Diddy in court fighting for his life. Now we got Smokey about to be fighting for his. Okay. All millions of dollars in lawsuits. Like, come on. Good morning, Letitia. Welcome. Hey, boo, welcome. Rebecca said, I wouldn't work for him. Robert said, pick your inner circle. Check your inner circle. You might have an enemy. Oh, yes, Robert. Smart Cookie said, sounds like they were some volunteers willingly participating. And that's they're going to prove that you weren't doing this intentionally, but that it was considered assault, or it wasn't consensual. Okay. Rebecca said it just happened last month. What just happened last month? Because I know that a lot of this took place with some of these ladies. They resigned last year, at the beginning of last year. So I guess we just now finding out about this stuff, and the cases have been filed. This is a mess. I just don't even have the words. B said, I'm not trying to hear that BS. Same with the casting couch ish. People will do and allow anything in order to work a real job. Yep. Letitia said, I don't believe it. Here comes another 50 million. Oh, Lord, Letitia, you don't believe it. Now, y'all, those of y'all coming in here, now Smokey already has been in similar situations before and has settled. Okay, which makes me believe it. Now, if this was the first rodeo, then I might say, I don't know. Maybe they were willing, trying to get him for his money. Came together one day and said, hey, let's sue Smokey. Let's get 50 million. But if you settled before in a similar situation, I'm believing it. Okay, Smart Cookie said, I need Pearl for my attorney. Pearl reminds me of Kelly Ann Conway. Okay. Yes, the alternative facts. Letitia said, leave Smokey alone. He 85. Letitia, he should have left those women alone. Okay, with his towel, his white towel that he always gets and puts on his bed. Smokey, what you think that's gonna do? You know that the bed is for you and your wife, and you trying to put a towel so she don't smell nothing. What is it? Okay, you don't get nothing on the bed, sir. Yes, Rebecca, last year. Yes, that's when a lot of these women resigned after the last, little incidents that they endured with him. But yeah, one of the ladies said it was like 20 something times that he did it with her. Another one said it was like 7, Hollywood and the music industry. Yeah, we got too much going on at one time. We trying to get through the Diddy stuff. Okay, now here we go hearing about Smokey Robinson. Sir, get somewhere, sit down. All the temptations gone except for one. Okay, here you are, 85, and we having to hear this. Your whole legacy. We don't want to hear this at the end of your life. You're not like, come on. Pearl said, I'm just stumped that old people still that old people still doing funny stuff like this. I can't. Clive Davis knows how to keep his stuff under wraps. I believe anything they say about him. Me too. And you know he definitely quiet now that Diddy is on trial. We ain't heard a peep from Clive Davis. I was talking about that yesterday. Letitia said, for real, I didn't know he been down this road before. Yes, that's what I'm saying. If you've been down this road before, then I believe it. Okay. Now, if this was the first rodeo, hey, we got to go to court. Let me see. Let me listen to this evidence. But, sir, get somewhere and sit down. And, y'all, also, for those coming in here, I believe his wife knew about this stuff because she started treating those women differently. And she started treating them differently and fussing at them and treating them mean. They said that in the lawsuit is a hostile work environment as well. So these are things that I think, hey, she might not have. I'm going to try to keep some stuff. Hi, Beverly. Good morning. Hey, K Brown. Thank you, ladies, for joining. V said they knew what it was once that towel went down and they were with the nasty. Well, y'all, they used the R word. They used the R word. They said that he brought them into the room and laid the towel down. He would always take it. Something about he want to be clean. Okay. He always take a shower and something about that white towel. Okay. In different instances, y'all know, but they used the R word. They said fingers, and y'all grown, y'all know what I'm talking about. And R word, they used that in the lawsuit. That they were unwilling participants. But I still go back to I wish this stuff would be reported. Go to the hospital or go and report it to the police. Hey, Data Search. Oh my goodness. Y'all, yesterday I was doing a live. Data Search came in there and she broke the news to me. And so I was like, wait, what? I'm going to look that up. I didn't get a chance to really do a lot of investigating because when I was on Law and Crime looking for something about Diddy, that video popped up. They had already done a whole video. I said, oh my God. And so I shared it because I didn't see anything. You know how like your news feed, when something comes out, is full of it. You'll see it all over YouTube or all over Facebook. Nobody had brought that up on Facebook. I didn't see anyone with that information. And so on YouTube, nobody was really talking about that either. I just saw that one video at the time that I looked it up. Now it's starting to get around, but it came out yesterday evening. So thank you so much, Dare the Search. She said, why did the one woman stay employed for 18 years? Hello? Because she stayed there the longest since 2006. Okay? She stayed there the longest. Now look, he might be wrong, but y'all got to prove that this wasn't consensual because they're going to look at why are you still there. That's a long time to endure that. Okay. Good morning, Nina. Hi. Welcome, Miss Ashley. Thank y'all for joining, ladies. Letitia said the clip I saw in the news said the wife knew about it. Yes, that's what I'm saying, Letitia. Now, I didn't hear that, but I was going by the lawsuits, the information in the lawsuits, and I said, "Oh yeah, she knew. She knew." I was thinking that same thing, and I didn't even hear that part, but she knew, and she, see that there, and because another reason I thought she knew was because of the previous lawsuits. Okay, so you kind of know how your husband is. You probably just let him get it on because you don't want to no more. Okay. And then treating the women nasty because of what they done with them. Mm-hmm. This whole lawsuit smells like mothball. Pearl, you silly. Oh yeah, V, and I believe it. He was behind it. I believe it. Yes, I believe that. Hey, Boo said first. I cannot with y'all. And we're not laughing at assault over here. I just want to clarify that. We're just laughing at just the craziness these old men doing. Just, we shouldn't even be hearing this. Okay. Hey, Boo said first the pudding pop, Little Bill giving Mickey's, now Smokey. Oh my goodness. Hi, Glendoria. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Okay, V said, Pearl said, V, if they said Clive eats 3 babies a day, I will believe it. That man is evil. Yes. Okay, I will believe it. Let me see. The first time I would have told his wife, but which would it have mattered? I don't think she would have wanted her husband to get into trouble. I think she would have covered for him. To be honest, this is y'all. This is sick. When you start thinking about it, this is sick. And if she knew about that, ugh, girl, lady, and she older too. And people do some sick stuff, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. Could have purposely been to hire these women just to do that. You know what I'm saying? As I think about this, that's sick. Rebecca said, I tell too much. He would not have done anything like that to me. Right. Or go to the police station, report it, or report it sooner. Dar the Search said, I knew you would dig and find out. Yes. Oh my gosh. And I thank you for giving me that heads up on that. B said, I'm not even claiming that it's assault. Once you go back and you don't report, it's not assault. Mm. Yeah, because they're going to have to prove that, unfortunately, that you weren't willing participants and because you continue to stay there. But at the same time, though, y'all, think about this. Even in the Diddy case with Cassie, she stayed. She stayed there too. But he was continuing to do stuff. And hey, she got a large chunk of money. Okay. So as long as they can prove, I don't know. I don't know if there's any recordings or video footage or anything like that out there. Hey, Boo said, if you know things they can do to you, that's why they stay quiet. Mm-hmm. Now, that's true too. It could be fear. Like, I'm not gonna ever like these people that come out and stuff like that. I don't want to ever be caught just saying, "Well, why didn't you say anything sooner?" I don't want to be that because sometimes that is hard to do. It's easy to say that when we not in a situation, but y'all, as we've seen, these people have the power to get you out of here. It could be fear for your life, your family's life, that people won't believe you because of who they are. You looking embarrassed, all of that. It's a lot of factors that go into stuff like that. So I don't want to be caught saying, why didn't you say anything sooner? Or why? I don't know. I'm not in their shoes. I don't know if I don't know. I can't even speak up on that behalf. On that. Maybe they should play Smokey Robinson's songs, Mickey Monkey. Letitia said, right, OB, I ain't sharing my husband with nobody. Right. Like, that's nasty. But y'all, at her age, at his age, she probably didn't want to do it. And who's to say that he have some type of actual I'm trying to think like this little, I don't know, like a fetish or I don't know. Some men are sick, just gotta have it. And he up in age, like we don't know. This has been something over the course of his life where he just gotta have it and all of that. I just, that's sick. Robert said nobody in Motown family attended Tammy Terrell's funeral. Oh, wow. That's sad. Beverly said he probably forced her. That's what they're stating, Beverly, because they used the R word. a lot throughout that lawsuit. And y'all, I did share a video from Law and Crime on my community wall that goes into details. Okay, and it's not that long. It's not a really long video, but they go into the details of what was stated, some of the things that were stated in the lawsuit, and how long the ladies had been working there, how many times it had happened with the ladies. They haven't named those ladies. They call them Jane Does, but it's four Hispanic ladies. Byron Scott, former Lakers guard, is charged. He's charged with, oh my goodness. Well, yeah, I'm going to follow this because a lot of people are not going to believe it. But I think, hi, Glenn, welcome. Okay, I appreciate you for hitting that like button. Hey, Boost, a lot of people not gonna believe it because of who he is. But if they bring up the fact that there were previous lawsuits that were settled, they may start to believe it more. Okay, that's why I have a whole problem with that lawsuit being settled stuff, and people don't get a chance to hear about it. And also, I was sharing that there needs to be a number, a number. Okay, you can't go over settling this amount of lawsuits. Because, see, some of these people, they just repeat the behavior because they feel that, oh, I could just settle. And they continuing to repeat behavior. Okay, no. You get three chances to settle. Other than that, you're going to court. I bet you they'll stop doing it. Okay, hey, Boo said, don't put no age in it either. They love their young blood IV transfusions and rugs. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's what Dare the Search just said. I gotta go look that one up. This is crazy. Wow, this is crazy, y'all. Oh my goodness. So yes, I'm gonna go look that up. But this is not good. It don't look good for him. I will say that it does not look good. And 50 million, he got it, but that's a big chunk of money. That is a big chunk of money. So I'll continue to follow this, follow the Diddy trial. I know yesterday I did a live over that if you didn't get a chance to watch it. Also, yesterday during the Diddy trial, they were still talking to potential witnesses. I mean, not witnesses, jurors. Jurors. They're in the jury selection process for most of this week. They're hoping that they're going to find the number of jurors that they need this week so that they can start opening arguments on Monday. Yes, Glenn, Smokey Robinson. Yes, he's been charged with sexual assault of four women that used to be his maids, and for in a $50 million lawsuit. Now he has been in this type of situation before, but he settled on those cases. So this, I don't know if he's gonna settle. Okay, he might decide to just settle with the four ladies. Okay, I don't know. We're gonna see. But and it's happened multiple times with each of the ladies. Yes. So when y'all get a chance, check out the video that I shared on my community wall because it gives more information about that. Goes into more details about what happened with each lady and things like that. Yep, charged with sexual assault. Okay, Dare to Search. Yeah, I'm gonna go look that up. Byron Scott, allegedly now, Lakers guard charged with sexual assault. So I got to go look that one up. Wow, yeah, this is crazy. I'm just in shock. It's a lot. It's a lot going on. Hey, Boo said I read this. That's why a lot of young people go missing too. They do total transfusions to stay youthful. Oh wow. Robert said, why didn't the four housemates speak out about the sexual assault against Smokey Robinson? Well, Robert, I mean, they are speaking out now. I don't know. I don't know if this is one thing I'm curious to know. Did one of them Or did they kind of in conversation say what had happened? And then the other one was like, excuse me, oh, that happened to me too. Then the other one, y'all, that happened to me. So then you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was one of those situations where they saw, because if you feel alone on an island, then you like, oh, I'm definitely not gonna say nothing because nobody's gonna believe me. But if others have the same experience, you're more prone to speak up because it's other people, and now they may believe all y'all. Okay. Yes, that's what I'm wondering. Hey, boo, did they sign NDAs? You know, all of that. Hi, Coffee No Cream. Welcome. Yes, me too. I heard about it last night. Yep. It's shocking for a lot of people. Yes, Glendoria, I'm telling y'all. It's like one could have talked about it, then it found out the other one. But like when you're by yourself, you're probably definitely not going to speak up. And then if they have NDAs, they probably, I don't know if they knew what they could talk about, what would be, because, you know, it's a lot of factors. Okay, let's see. Malaysia. Oh, really? Malaysia is his cousin? I never knew that. I never knew she was the cousin. Malaysia, she been going through some stuff. Wow. Well, y'all, I am not going to stay on long. I'm going to go get my son ready for school, but I just wanted to come in with that update. I will definitely continue to follow P. Diddy and this Smokey Robinson case. But like I said, with P. Diddy is really nothing to kind of talk about right now. We kind of went into more detail yesterday because they're just trying to select jurors at this point. Hey Boo said in 2025 in Hollywood, nothing surprising anymore. Right. It's nothing surprising anymore. I agree. Glendoria said, what you do in the dark will eventually come to the light. Come on now. My mama used to always say that. That is so true. Okay. I believe that. So true. Yes. It eventually comes out. And look at how it's coming out. And you know what? Smokey Robinson and Diddy are not the only ones, and Bill Cosby. Okay. They're not the only ones that have been found or probably been in these compromising positions or have done some things. Their stuff just has not come out yet. Their stuff hasn't come out yet. Okay. I believe when you get more money, more power, things of that sort, it's more probably out here that did some things like that. And it's sad. It really is. Hey Boo says, sad that we are finding out Hollywood always been like this. Right. It has. And we just finding out. Imagine all the people and y'all, we were talking about this on the live yesterday. The people who have passed away or been unalived because they said something or knew something. Okay. That stuff happens. Hispanic women, they may be lying. Don't say that, Rebecca. No, we can't say that. And we want to give everyone, in my opinion, you know, just a chance to talk about their experience. Um, and if this really did happen, and that's why I say I don't, you know, even the race, I don't think that should play a part. Oh, you Hispanic, you're lying, you know, because hey, that could be a reason why he probably thought he couldn't get away with it with some black women. They could definitely tell, you know. But that's sad. Don't take advantage of people. You think they're beneath you or can't hardly speak English or whatever the situation was. You know, everyone needs to be able to voice what happened to them and let, you know, see if there's some evidence or but yeah, I don't want anyone to falsely accuse someone. But if there's a pattern and he's had some settled cases before, then they need to look at are there any commonalities between those cases and these cases? Did he use the white towel? Did he always take a shot? You know, like those are things to think about, you know. So yeah, I just want to give everyone a fair chance at explaining if something has happened to them. Glendoria said it was called Sin City for a reason, and God will not be marked. Okay. Hey Boo said there's been so many overdoses. Now we're finding out. Okay. Yes. No, you're fine, Rebecca. I just didn't want to. Me personally, I wouldn't say that, but everyone, yeah, that's your thoughts. But I'm just saying, I don't want to look at it like that. I want to give everyone like the benefit of the doubt when it comes to stuff like that, because that could be touchy, and that could be a reason why certain people don't come out, is because people criticize the victims, victim shaming, and things like that. Like, I'm telling you, I don't put nothing past anybody. I'm one that says we all are in human flesh. We all can mess up, make mistakes, sin, do all of this. We are not perfect. And we make choices. Okay. And so I think he made the wrong choice. Okay. Especially if it's a pattern. I think he made the wrong choice. So I'm not going to say because he's famous, he's a legend, that he wouldn't do this. No, he probably did. I'm just saying he probably did. And we just got to wait. We don't want to just say somebody did it without giving them fair due process. But yeah, no, that's my preliminary thoughts on that. Okay. Right there. Now, this man here, he knew a lot of secrets. Okay, he knew people that he invited. Okay, this is why, if you think about it, the situation with Diddy, why they watching him so closely. You think about it, Jeffrey Epstein knew the people that he invited to these parties and things, these young girls. He had a list, okay? This man ended up suspiciously unalived himself, okay, in prison. And he was supposed to be on the suicide watch, okay? Now, P. Diddy, he has a list probably. He knows who he's invited and who's done what. And they have to watch him for his safety of himself and of somebody else getting to him. These people don't want to be found out. They don't want to be found out. People need to stop chasing money and chase God, or will be revealed. Okay. Hey Boo said, even good old Bob Barker said, come on. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, it's sad. So it's other races that's doing this, but I think a lot of them get hidden because they're at the top of the chain. The Clive Davises, they're at the top of the chain. Other people below them get exposed first. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure he did some stuff. I'm sure of that. And knows some stuff too. Did some stuff and knows some stuff. You can't put nothing past nobody. Mm-mm. But y'all, make sure you hit the like button, okay, on your way out. If you have not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe and the bell, because you never know when I'm going to go live. Thank you all so much. And until next time, have a blessed day. Bye-bye.